Hello, everyone. It's Dan's All About Arsenal, and it's the Arsenal Forecast. And we're all back together. There's four of us here. We're here. Vinny's here. Alex here. Josh, all together. It's been too long, guys. It's been too long. How are you all?
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Vinny because he's been that way, missing in action, MIA. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I can't complain. God's been good, and life is good. Arsenal had a great result at the weekend. But not sure it gets any better than this. Yeah, all good. Glad to be back with you guys as well.
Yeah, mate. We welcome you back with open arms. We've been excited to have you back, mate, and get your thoughts and opinions. We've missed loads of games. We're very much concentrating on the North London derby today. Alex, how are you, mate? You good this week?
Yeah, good. Yeah. It's just been a bit challenging with a newborn, but getting into a routine. So yeah,
that's good. That's good, mate. I'm glad to hear. Glad to hear it. And Josh, I mean, obviously, guys, you haven't seen Josh apart from the streams. Obviously, he's trying to copy Vinney in his style of hair. Maybe he's had a little trim.
The severe haircut.
Yeah, I'm not far behind you. I don't think I'll be joining you soon. But guys, I'm just so happy to be back, but also happy to talk about just such a relief of a game and something we just put all the wrongs right from midweek, which I'm not even going to talk about. Wolves game. We did the live viewing, everything, Josh, and I think as Arsenal fans, I think we had it from all other fans for about 72 hours until we got to sort of change it all again, really. But we need to talk about the game. And the game was, I don't know about you guys, I was a little bit nervy going in. Not that I didn't think I would get a result, but it was just, I was so disheartened about the midweek game that I was worried a little bit. I shouldn't have been, but there was that little niggle of doubt. And obviously, Vinney, because you've been absent, mate, so we'd love to start with you and just get your initial thoughts on the game. We're going to get into the bits. I've got a bit of a slideshow and stuff like that, but I'd love to hear what your overall thoughts on the game were.
Well, it's kind of like what you mentioned, as in after the midweek result, I think most of us were picking ourselves up off the floor and just, trying to get ourselves together again for the weekend. That's pretty much how I was. Luckily, because it was the NLD, it kind of gave you something. It got you up for it automatically. It's like one of the biggest games of the entire season. So it's easy to get motivated for. So, pick yourself up, look forward to the game. And then I won't say the rest is history because, like you, going into the game, I was super nervous. Not just because it was the NLD, but more importantly, because the gap that's Man City are closing on us. The fact that we desperately needed the 3 points. So all of that together just made it one hell of a weekend.
Yeah, for sure. It was just a stellar performance, stellar result, and I've just been loving today. I've got a Tottenham fan at work, so I've been quite good actually. I've been quite good, but I think we're going to become the worst fans again for the next week. We've got a week off as well, which is unbelievable. Which I'm going to miss it. Also, bring on Chelsea. It's going to be the next game we'll get into later. But Alex, mate, obviously. Missed you obviously last week. Obviously got your video kind of predictions and stuff in, which we appreciate. We were loving the animation of the face last week. But I'd love to sort of what's your thoughts? Where did you watch the game? Was it at home or did you go down a pub or where were you, mate, this week?
No, watched it at home in the middle of cooking a roast dinner. But I think I was sometimes like a team gets a new manager. And I just had that little worry, they've got a new manager. Like Chelsea were a new team when they got their manager, and I just had that little bit of doubt that are they gonna turn up today? And I thought they equalised like so quick after we scored. I was like, oh no.
It was horrendous. It was horrendous. 24 seconds. I was like, stupid, wasn't it? I don't remember. I was just like,
and of all people, a Rice mistake.
It's so rare, isn't
it? It's so uncommon. But
I think that was brilliant. I think because I was so annoyed, but he took it in fairness in his stride straight away because he'd been going like this, guys. Keep
straight after the kickoff.
After it was just like, I'm sorry, that's my bad. It's like, why is he trying to take someone on? Like, he doesn't do that. It's like, keep it simple. That's what you're good at. Do the simple things really, really well. Just don't try and change your game. And it was just a bit of a slip up or overconfidence maybe. But Josh, mate, how did you find the game?
Yeah, it was good. I watched it at home by myself, and yeah, really enjoyed it. It was quite a sort of nervy start in terms of like we were on top, but there was this sort of niggling feeling that because Spurs didn't really play that badly in the first sort of 15 minutes or so. You could see the way they were set up was sort of to get us on the counter attack and sort of try and they were sort of like man marking, so it was like trying to sort of make us slip up, which there was a few little mistakes, you know, at the back, especially like Big Gabby, sort of a few loose passes, and all in the kind of areas where you don't really want to be doing that, obviously. But yeah, obviously the first goal goes in, and it kind of you think, right, this is it, and then obviously they got that goal back, and it, you know, like Alex was saying, and yourselves, like someone like Rice to make that sort of mistake. And also I think Saliba looked a little bit off, like at that particular point as well, in terms of it felt like he didn't really want to put a challenge in, or, you know, make his presence known a bit more on Kolo Muani. So yeah, obviously the main sort of fault was at Declan Rice's, which he held his hands up for, but yeah, and then after that, and I know we were sort of messaging and stuff throughout the game and that, but for me, Gyökeres was just a different player. He just offered so much more. He was holding the ball up. You know, I mean, he's still a little bit cumbersome and stuff in his style of play, but I think that's just him, isn't it? He's just like a bit sort of bullish and brutish and whatnot. But
it's just his build, right? It's just kind of. I mean, I feel really bad because last week, during the midweek game, I was calling him Bungle. I won't call him that. He deserves more than that. I won't call him that again. But you're right. He just looks a bit clunky on the pitch.
He's been like that.
I think that's the sort of player we've not really been used to for decades. You know, he's just a completely different sort of striker to what we've ever really had. But he can finish, as we saw. I mean, it's the 2 goals he got, he took really, really well. And just his overall kind of playing. And I think like most footballers, you know, they do rely on confidence quite a lot. And I think that's just going to make his confidence sort of rise a bit more. And hopefully he finishes the season really strong.
Absolutely, mate. I think that's what we can hope for. But it was by far his best game of the season, without a doubt. And he was for me, there was just a different, I know, almost energy about him. He was connecting balls, he was winning balls, he was actually holding up play really, really well and actually showing his strength. Obviously, went down a couple of times maybe in that first half. But I think when we'll get onto the goals, but the strength I think he showed when, you know, I want to get onto it, but he held the ball up well. It was one of the things I was most impressed with, and he didn't lose the ball like he has been really stupidly. And I think I don't know if you felt this, but about their goal, and I think the only way they were going to score that day was if we made a mistake. It felt, and obviously that with the Rice mistake, and as soon as they went, Muani who scored. Oh, he's never scored a Premier League in 18 appearances. It's like, oh, here we go. It's almost like it's going to happen. I was like, quick, put some money on it. It was like it was almost guaranteed that he was going to score, and I just like, yeah, typical. And then he goes, Igor Tudor. I think he used to play for him at Juventus, and he scored 6 goals for him while he was there. And I was like, that's obviously his preferred person. He knows who he is rather than Solanke. And I was just thinking, yeah, it's just at some point he's going to pop up. And ironically, he did. And I was just like, just typical, isn't it? But it is what it is. But we, I mean, we had.
But do you not think? Do you not think that pretty much most of the goals that we've conceded this season, they've either been worldies, or it's been a mistake by us?
100%.
There's not really been like, you know, sort of like really, sort of the other team have played really well and got like a really nice goal. It's been a case of we've fucked up, or they've scored like a worldie from outside the box, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Man United, both goals and all that kind of stuff, both outside. Yeah, stuff that you go, Jesus, like whatever the XG chances of that going in is like so low, and it just happened, to be against, you know, people like that. But I think all in all, I don't think there was any bad performances, but was there any like standout players apart from the obvious two? So anyone apart from
who are the obvious two?
For me, it's Eze and Gyökeres. I think we were going down that route.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Hell of a game, but I purely out of interest because we will speak about them next. But I was going to see anyone who stood out for you in the game for positives, really. If we starting with Vinney.
Well, I'd say this is going to be a bit of a strange one, but I think the biggest revelation for me was seeing Mosquera come in at right back.
100%.
Oh my days, what a revelation, how well he played that position and how badly we need him at this point in the season in that position. Timber's got no legs left. Ben White can't get fit. We need Mosquera to play right back.
Yeah. Big geezer can play anywhere. Like, he's been unbelievable. What a signing for 13 million? He's
21 or whatever he is, 2021.
He's
unbelievable.
He's old. He's
unbelievable.
Probably one of, like, when you look at it, I know we've had a lot of signings this summer, but one of the signings, one of the bargains of the summer, if you want to say, maybe not the best when you look at overall because he's not played enough, but when he's come in, he's done a job. He's made very little mistakes, and for the guy of his age, I mean, his ceiling's got to be way high, So we've got a real player on our hands, and he's going to be a first-time starter in no time. I think give it time. But if he's going to be like the Tommy Yasu of the modern, like our current team, if you like, because he seems to be able to play any, left centre, right centre, now right back.
Yeah,
and he's still pulling, a great game in. So fair play to him. I'm really happy for him. But Alex, out of interest, anyone stand out for you as on the go?
Saka had a really good game, and I think he was unlucky not to get on the score sheet. Vicario, is it Vicario? Yeah, he made a couple of good saves, but I think the one where the ball comes over the top and Saka gets on the end of it, and Vicario makes a good save. Saka should have probably done a bit better, but I thought he had a brilliant game.
It was good to see him back at. I suppose I've enjoyed him
back in his position, right wing. Yeah,
he's such a threat down there, and I have enjoyed him in the 10, for a bit of an experiment. Madueke being honest, being interesting, and I think he can play it. But I think just that versatility is amazing. Imagine if we had every player who could play in every different position, and you go, where do you want to play today? Like, what suit this team we're playing? I think it's just unreal. But Josh, how about you, mate? Out of the players from the game?
Yeah, I mean, before. Like when you first asked the question, I was sort of hoping no one else was going to say Mosquera, but Vinney obviously went there. But yeah, I completely mimic what he said. I think Timber, the last sort of few games that he's played, has looked like he's obviously carrying a knock or whatever. He's not looked as sharp. He's lost the ball a little bit needlessly, but as soon as Mosquera came on, and do you know what else I loved? Obviously, being down that right hand side was. That he was up against Spence, who, for me, I just really wanted Saka or someone to stick one on him because he was doing my nutting. He's just one of them players that I don't mind him actually as a player, but he was obviously fired up, I just really wanted someone to stick one on him and sort of Mosquera kind of shut him up really and sort of. Took the ball off him a couple of times and stuff like that, and just made him make sort of silly mistakes, and that was quite good to see. I think, to be honest with you, other than Gyökeres, Eze, and Mosquera, I think everyone else was kind of they were good, but there was no kind of standouts for me really. But that's just my opinion. I think.
No, I think you're probably right. I mean, I'm appreciating Nketiah quite a bit. On that left hand side, I think we obviously Calafiori had started the season so well, and I was like, he's locked that down. That position's been unreal, but actually, then he's come back to really unreliability again, in regards to kind of injuries. And I'm thinking, actually, Nketiah, I can see him kind of being a starting left back going forward for now. Calafiori, if he finds form again and stay fit, then we'll see. But I think Nketiah is got.
I think Calafiori's slightly more of a threat going forward, but Nketiah's getting there.
I mean, he scored the goal against Wolves, wasn't it?
Yeah, which was a good goal. It was a good goal, but it was a shame, obviously, with the final sort of circumstances. But I think going forward, Calafiori is slightly better, a little bit more. It feels more natural for him to be going forward, whereas Nketiah looks a little bit kind of, what do I do with it?
Seems to be more. I'm going to run down the left a little bit, where I think Calafiori will do a bit of both and cut in as well. It seems, but I think we've got two fantastic players. Not a bad place to be. Obviously, and then you just feel for back to the Lewis Skelly issue and not seeing him get in the team.
His time will come, and I think that'll be more midfield.
It'll be interesting to see. I think midfield FA Cup, I'd love to see him feature. I'd love to see him in that Macclesfield game. I think it's a perfect time to have that experiment again, as long as everyone's all right. But okay, well, I suppose watch this space. But I have got a couple of bits I'm going to chuck on the screen just to go for a little slideshow. Just so we've got a few players to touch on. If you can see this, guys. So you've got, obviously, talking about Eza. Obviously, I mean, it's a crazy one, really. I mean, I stuck him, fun enough, into a couple of different games and fantasy teams, and I'd kind of kept him out, and I put him in just for this game. So I've done all right. And he seems to just score and love scoring against Tottenham, which seems to be, if that's all we need him for, happy days. If he comes out twice a year.
It's quite expensive to only play against Tottenham.
We mean it doesn't matter. We've got the money. Who cares? We've got him for 3-4 seasons or whatever. Let's just roll him out for the North London derby. But I mean, what a performance though. He had a hell of a game, and I actually want to get us all doing a celebration of all 4 different goals, because he's got about 3 different celebrations. Gyökeres has got his classic one, but he had him laughing every time, or he's pointing up to the here. He's got so many different ones.
The second goal, he was breakdancing.
Yeah,
the second goal was breakdancing on the floor, wasn't he?
Did you see his Instagram post? Like on the he had like a sort of slideshow of pictures, and the last one there's I mean, I'm not into like wrestling, like WWE and all that, but there was some wrestler who that's his like signature kind of move.
Oh,
it's
really?
like a little break dance thing. Yeah.
So put it on there. Love it. But it was nice to see him get his smile back almost, because he'd kind of lost that last couple of games. He'd been serious. Obviously, he's been trying to fight to find form to get back into it, and it was really nice. And he's played a good couple of games. Last couple he'd started to come out. He's shed a bit more, showing what he's made of. But I don't know if it's for consistency. There was Arteta had mentioned. I don't know if you heard it on the press conference. I think after, but he's sort of saying Eza's got the ump with Arteta in a positive way, going, I want to be playing. Yeah. What do I need to do? And that's what you want to hear, surely as a manager, going, I want to be doing more. How can I prove it? And fair play to him. And he said this we felt was the perfect game for him. Obviously, Odegaard's still coming back. Obviously, they could have kept Saka in that situation, but they switched it around. And thank God they did.
I thought Odegaard played well when he came on.
He did. He got the assist, mate, didn't he? Straight away for the
I thought he was passing it around nicely and stuff, and doing his kind of what you kind of expect of him.
Pressing well and. Although we always say pressing, but not really getting much from him, but applying pressure, not maybe winning the ball, but getting the ball moved, quicker, making mistakes for the other side. Yeah. So, but all in all, unbelievable, from Eza. Anyone want to kind of put any words in about this before I skip on to the next one?
I mean, the only thing I would say is one thing I noticed about his game was his one-touch passing. There's quite a few moments in the game where literally the ball would come into him really quickly, one touch, and he'll pass it off and then make a run. He did that quite a few times in the game, and he looked really, really good. But what I'm wondering is, styles make fights, right? So we can go and play against another team next week, play in a low block, may not get the same kind of space or the same amount of time. Same for Gyökeres as well. Looked really good in this game. But how is he going to fare in the next one? That's the only thing I'm worried about. Are we going to see the old Eza again when he's not really, doesn't really get himself into the game? To me, this game, for some reason, it just looked like we had more time and more space on the ball than we ever normally get in a Premier League game. So it's kind of like the Wigan match. I've seen our players play really good against Wigan, but my expectations for the game against Wolves was lowered because, we're going up against tougher opposition. And I just think Tottenham weren't very strong, and I'm expecting a real tough time against Chelsea in the next game.
Yeah, I think the thing with Spurs is that their kind of tactics of that like man for man, marking kind of worked in our favour because you could draw them out, and then that creates so much space. Whereas, like you said, like when we're playing against teams that are a low block, you know, we try and draw them out, but they don't fall for it. If you know what I mean, they go, "Yeah, have it there, it's fine."
Exactly.
And then that's where we then struggle, because we sort of, you know, the crowd get a little bit restless. You know, the players get a little bit restless. They end up making mistakes in the wrong areas, and that's where we've sort of come up short, really. So I think, we need to kind of probably change. I mean, I don't know what the answers is. Obviously, I'm not a coach, but you know, we need to probably change our tactic a little bit against teams with a low block, and kind of
the thing is, the problem is, I don't think we can. I think what we've seen of Arsenal is what we're going to continue to see for the rest of the season. I'm not expecting to see anything different. I think we're going to struggle, as we have done, against decent teams that play in a low block, and we're really going to have to fight for every single remaining point this season. We had a great game at the weekend. Happy to celebrate that. But it's still going to be a struggle for us to win this title.
Next game, isn't it?
There's no easy games.
No,
there's no easy games, is it?
We've got to earn it. You know, 100%. We've got to go out and earn every point. And I think it's proved it with the Wolves. You know, I was never expecting to walk over them, but you go, bottom of the league, we should have steamrolled them. You know, showed them our quality. They've got nothing to play for. They're already down. But fair play to them. Like they showed something, which is, you know, encouraging for their manager and stuff like that. But I think Igor Tudor, I think, has been rudely awakened to what Spursy means now, which is always fun. I have actually got a really funny slide. It's at the end. I think I've put it there. But yeah, AI and Igor Tudor's already commenced, so I'll get to that already. But I'm going to click on to the next one, because we've got to speak about this guy. You know, we touched on him briefly already, but I just so refreshing, and you know, man and a match performance that you got as well, which could have been him or Eze. In fairness, I think they both played extremely well. But I mean, I think it's just good to see the kind of guy we expected to see. I think was the honest answer. He's shown up in you know, there's been a few games, few occasions. I just want this momentum to carry on, like you said, Vinney. I hope it doesn't just well, he's going back to a low block. How's he going to do? And it was interesting. The amount of times I was shouting at the telly where I was like, there is balls for him. He's always making the run on the left channel and then cutting across like that. That one he missed just if he curled it in a little bit more right at the start. I don't know, seemed to have found something in this game, but I don't know if it is because Tottenham were poor, you know, or he's just actually, something's clicked. You know, we've had a long season. He's played a lot of matches. Fitness he's got to be there now, surely, you know, and I think next game will tell, but I've got to get back in my fantasy team, I think, for scoring goals, because I started with him and they've been disappointing, but he has scored, a good amount of goals.
Look sharper though, didn't he? Than he has been all season. He looked a lot sharper, a lot fitter. Yeah, I just think I'm hoping this is like the turning point for him. I think if anything, he's actually the sort of striker that when you're playing against a low block, he can still work something, because he is that brute who's kind of just going to muscle his way sort of through. I mean that Dragusin, or whatever his name is, at the back for Spurs, he's a big old lump, and he outmuscled him quite a few times. Yeah, I hope this is the turning point, and we can maybe sort of use that again to our advantage against, these other teams that will sort of play a low block. I mean, I think Chelsea will be a different kind of test, in that they're not going to play at a low block. They're going to probably try and match us really in the way that we play. But I think with us being at home, it's a bit of a different story. I think we'll definitely come out on top.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think
something.
Sorry, Alex.
Sorry. Something we saw a few games ago when Havertz was playing was that Havertz seemed to unlock Gyökeres when he played. When Havertz was in his natural position, and he was actually managing. I think he got an assist with him, or But it was where he was running against Tottenham, but Havertz seemed to unlock that, and I'm looking forward to Havertz coming back, and when we're playing the teams with the low block, like Havertz slotting a pass through for him, and yeah.
But I think that's also what Eze was quite good at the weekend. He was playing, like Vinney was saying, like the first time balls, and he was looking pretty progressive in terms of, he'd get the ball on the turn and he'd look to put the ball through. Not always necessary to Gyökeres, but for Saka or do you know what I mean? He was kind of doing them passes that what Havertz was doing a few weeks back.
I think for me, it's like with the one-touch stuff, we've always been saying most of the season, I need to speed up just a little bit, like keep it going.
Yeah.
And it was, momentum was pretty good. I mean, I know Zubamendi's had a couple of quiet games, but he was moving that ball pretty quickly, I think, around that middle bit as well. But he has been a bit quiet. I know he's had a bit of criticism the last couple of games for him. And I wouldn't be against, resting him, maybe having a Rice drop back or something like that, and then having two creative players like an Ezra and an Odegaard for a game or something like that, just to see, what happens.
I think it'd be good to see Norgard a little bit more because whenever he's back, he's looked really tidy. The
ultimate professional, I think, Norgard as a player. So we're very, very lucky. I'm going to flick on to this next one. So, they've got to bring up this incident. I included this. I thought, Jesus Christ! I think we all had.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Now, I heard on the radio as well, saying because you hear these random things, but he's got some of the biggest hands in the league as goalkeepers. David Araya.
Oh, wow.
To get that behind it, it's look at. I mean, the angle of the bottom photo, the ball looks in, but obviously it's got to be over the line properly. And he proper rescued that, and that could have changed how the game.
Yeah, that would have been 3-2, and
not a good place to be, especially the way we've seen out games recently. So, I mean, it was a hell of a save. So,
I think after his mistake, and I still think it was his mistake against Wolves.
Agreed,
a few people have blamed Gabby, but I think that was his mistake.
Needed to call for it.
Yeah, he's made up for it in that game. Because I thought if we wanted to pick anyone else, I suppose he was quite standout. I thought his distribution was good. Made a couple of good saves.
I mean, in my view, I think Reyes has got all sorts of cash in the bank as far as I'm concerned. Quite easily, for me, the best keeper in the Premier League. The last 2 seasons, he's gotten us out of jail far more times than he's gotten us into trouble.
Yeah,
and I just really appreciate him as a keeper. Glad to have him.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I think clean sheets wise, I mean, he's flying, isn't he? Just have a look at it.
I think is he about 2 or 3 ahead of anyone else?
I mean, he's quite a bit ahead. I can't remember what it was, like 13 or 14.
I think it's 13 or something.
Let's have a quick look. So David Reyes 13 clean sheets. Then you got Donnarumma's got 10. So that's 3. Yeah, 3's the difference. Then Dean Henderson, Crystal Palace. That surprised them actually, bearing in mind where they kind of are and how their season's
well,
been.
they started off well, didn't they?
I did, and just dropped off. Then Pickford, then Sanchez. Okay, but yeah, no interesting. But yeah, saved the day. Obviously, that was that Richarlison little flick, wasn't it? When this happened, was that the one?
Yeah. That was the one. Yeah,
little quest flick.
I mean, obviously, I text you guys pretty quickly when I saw him coming on. I was like, I hate this guy. He's my least favourite player. But I'm just glad he didn't get anything from it this time, because last time out we had the Zubamendi mistake. This time out was a Rice mistake. But it is what it is. We move. But I want you to look at the stats as well for the game, because obviously I think it's always important to show how kind of dominant we were in that. When you look at the red and the
20
white,
shots.
We could have been more. Do you know what I mean? 4-1 was, not bad for them, considering we could have and should have. And I'd love it one day if we just put every chance away. We were just unbelievable, especially against Tottenham. But it's the biggest win, isn't it, we've had against Tottenham since like a long time. So
biggest away win. Yeah,
it's huge, and 4-1. But obviously the XG was 1.93, which is impressive as it is, considering we got 4 goals. Possession, we dominated quite heavily a lot in that game anyway. But the shots, like you say, on target. Considering they had 6 shots, 5 on target, it's not that bad. But the big chances created was huge. Corner kicks, not as many, but it was all open play goals as well, which is we're not known for it, surely, because we just get absolute rubbish every time we score from a corner. But yeah, I've got Richard in the chat here, Kingster. He said Gabriel will fall over if you breathe on him. So it was. We talked about this, Kingster, in the chat, actually, our WhatsApp group, and I'll be fair to say, I think we said we much prefer him defend the ball rather than go down on that situation. So I wasn't hugely keen. And sorry, Josh, I'm blocking your head. But it's but yeah, thoughts on the Gabby going down. Obviously, the goal was disallowed. Again, could have changed things again potentially. What's your thoughts on it going down from where I am? I've got Alex below me. Go for it, Alex.
I think when I was watching it, I think one of the commentators said it that he does get pushed, and if he doesn't go down, then they probably wouldn't have given a foul, and that's why he like launches himself down. But
Made a meal of it, yeah.
it just looks so bad. it looked really bad, and I could see why, especially as a Tottenham fan, you could be like that incensed about it, because I think it was the Liverpool game a few weeks ago, and like their player gets taken out and the goal's given. It is a bit. Again, it's inconsistency, and in my opinion, I don't think that was enough to for the goal to be for a foul. I would have given the goal.
I mean, by the rules of the game, I mean, 2 hands in his back. It was a little bit light. It was a bit soft, but he's just doing what we've seen happen season after season, right? Everybody's playing the game. Everyone's rolling all over the ground when they really don't need to. Everybody's going down under the slightest challenge, and he's just playing the same game as everybody else. By the laws of the game, it was a fair foul, and I'd rather see him defend it and you know, perform the action in that way. But I can't knock it really. I can't really knock what he's done.
No. Well, we saved the goal, I suppose. Josh, what final thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's very soft. If it was against us, like as in if we were going to score a goal and that got given, I'd be absolutely furious. But like Vinney said, he's only playing, you know, the game how it is played now. Really, I think it's the only thing for me, like Big Gabby, sort of the first half of the season before he got injured, world class. You know, can rely on him. Big games, little games, any game, he's there. He was kind of like the glue for Saliba as well. But sort of, especially the last few games, but sort of since he's come back, there's just something about him that's kind of annoying me a little bit. Just like, and it's more these kind of actions that he's doing that's what's annoying me. Sometimes he sort of, there was a couple of times he nearly got caught out. And he kind of throws himself to the floor, and you kind of think you're a colossal bloke.
He's a massive guy.
And you know, you're one of the best defenders in the league, Europe. And yeah, I'd rather him go back to how he was in terms of, you know, winning every ball, being that sort of dictator at the back. But yeah, I feel like there's too many kind of like mind games and stuff going on, and kind of, I don't know if the strikers are sort of getting in his ear a bit, maybe, and that's sort of setting him off, and the reason why he's playing the way he is. But yeah, that's just my view on it anyway.
I mean, it reminded me of the Newcastle game and the Walter Marder situation where he scored the goal was allowed, and we went 1-0 down. That was what screamed to me. I was just like, he's done this before, and you know,
that's the game. That's the one.
But having said that is the game. But I think the trouble is the refereeing is so inconsistent that, you know, like Alex said, there's very similar ones in sort of big games and stuff that exactly the same things happened, and it's not been given a foul. And I mean, the whole refereeing with the monitor in the ear thing. Why is the game not being? Why is the game not carrying on?
That was so bad.
That's what the flag is for, is to communicate with your ref. You know, and then if the ref can't hear you for whatever reason, just go and talk to each other.
Wave your flag.
Yeah.
I mean, even Gary Neville was
exactly.
You don't need a Bluetooth headset, and it's just ridiculous. Like in this,
that was embarrassing.
It was
Well,
8
it's
minutes
embarrassing,
or
isn't
whatever.
it? And I think it's just another kind of like little notch on the old PGMO or whatever it's called, for just how terrible they are.
Yeah, couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. It was one of those scenarios, isn't it? It seems. But yeah, that frustrated me because I was worried about momentum. I don't know about you on that. And when that happened, I was like, we've started off so strong. Then that happened. You're like, oh, for God's sake! But luckily we weren't, so it's all good. But I just to chuck it out there.
But just going back on one thing, I had the same flashback as you when he did that nonsense in the box, throwing himself down. I'm glad you reminded me the first time I saw it, and you're right. It was that Newcastle game.
Yeah.
And literally, it was the slightest touch, and he went flying.
Yeah.
And that was an absolute disgrace. I mean, that really. I mean, to see a big lump like that do that, I want to see him at his brilliant best. I don't want to see that sort of nonsense. Definitely. Having said that, in this most recent game against Tottenham, there was a little bit more of a little bit more of a push on him. Yeah. But the Newcastle one wasn't good. Wasn't good to watch.
Essentially, I think we probably got away with one. Is probably general consensus. Defend what you're there to do and defend the ball. I think, and then we'll all be happy. Come on, celebrate the tackle, the header, the clearance, whatever you do before. Then I think everyone would have been so much happier overall. But yeah, it's.
Can I just one thing quickly? Did anyone watch the Man City game?
No.
Yes. Oh, the push.
The pushing someone offside.
Yeah.
And they scored the goal, but that was 2 hands on him, pushed him, and that's not a foul.
That's mad. Burns scored a goal.
Pushed him offside, and he scored a goal, but he was pushed offside. Like, it's like I can't think that I've ever seen that before.
I'll have to go back and watch that.
Do you know? I think this is Man City in the dark arts. They're going, how can we do something? Dan Burns is one of the biggest ones to worry about.
Yeah,
the biggest player.
He was a monster.
Was doing it. And from that side, I was like, "What the hell?" Like, surely you pull up for a foul or something. Surely they'd be looking back at that because it's a goal. That they
did. He went to VAR, obviously, for the offside, and then they didn't. There was nothing, no harm done apparently.
This is new. I've not seen this before, and we all watch a lot of football. I've never seen that, and I think that's something that Pep's cooked up and gone, push him offside.
Yeah.
Do you mean?
I think everyone's going to start doing it.
100. You watched it, mate. You know the Arsenal players are offside and run on. They're going to be like, no.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Just hold him there. Mate, they've found something. The dark arts are back, but fair play. But moving on. So obviously, I'd like to look at the top of the league because that's where we still sit. We've got a game obviously above everyone else. Us and Wolves because we paid the extra game. So we are sitting 5 points ahead still. How do you feel? We'll go around the room starting with Josh. But how do you feel now? We've got that cushion back, even though there's a game in hand.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've got the game in hand, but I'm still pretty confident. I think my thing is, I think all the teams they're gonna drop points somewhere. So we might drop the odd point here and there, but I definitely think Man City will drop points. 100%. I know their sort of running's very similar to ours in terms of not many kind of like big teams left. Obviously they've got us. I think they've got Chelsea as well, which I think's away for them. But I'm kind of quietly confident. I was kind of hoping, obviously, Newcastle might do us a favour because they're due a sort of a big win against a big team. But yeah, unfortunately, that didn't happen. But yeah, I do think they're going to drop points. They're not the City of old in terms of like being consistently good, and I think they've had a little break as well. So yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Well, I think we've got. I'm just looking here. We've got 4 games up until the cup final against the.
I also think the cup final is going to be quite pivotal in terms of obviously if we win that, beating City. We've obviously got a very good record at Wembley.
We do. Arteta's never lost, hasn't it? I think we've said before.
Arteta's never lost as a player or manager at Wembley, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the fact, mate. That's good, and that's a bloody great fact to be able to show it and make it continue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think obviously with the FA Cup and who we've got in the FA Cup will mean that some players might get a little bit of a rest. But yeah, confident.
Good. Okay, Alex.
So this morning I was having a look at fixtures, like the dates.
Yeah.
And after the Brighton game, there's no more midweek. We've got the FA Cup and obviously progressing to the Champions League. They're the only midweek games. After that, all the Premier League is only at the weekend. And I feel, in my opinion, I feel like they were getting tired. We've been at the top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League, progressive in the final of the Carabao Cup. We've been at the top of everything. I think it just caught up with the amount of game time that they've been with the injuries. I think fatigue just started kicking in January, and it's just nice. Like when I was looking at that, I was like, we've actually got a bit of time every week now. Like I said, there's going to be a few games in midweek, but not like it has been, and that fills me with quite a bit of confidence.
Nice
for the last 10 Premier League games. I think that.
I'm just because when we looked, I think we've got the shortest kind of distance mileage wise. So the only places we'll got our way to is Brighton, which is coming up, and then Man City, and the rest of it is London based, which is pretty cool. To be fair, from the travel and being close to the home, all that kind of stuff for the players that are in our rest and relaxation and recovery days and all that kind of stuff. So it's got to kind of bode pretty well for us. Obviously, we're going to have a game, in the Champions League, which is going to be away. Obviously, the FA Cup game obviously is obviously away, isn't it? So come up on the fixture. I'm just looking at the fixtures list here, but doesn't. Oh no, it is. Yeah, Mansfield. So that's actually not far off. So we've got Chelsea, Brighton in the FA Cup, which is on the 7th. Days that land on. So that's Saturday. So it's actually quite comfortable. They're going to be hopefully well rested, ready to go each game, rather than seeing the tired legs that we have seen out there, giving players a chance to come back. Like there was the rumour of Havertz coming back maybe for the weekend, but obviously Ben White was unfortunate because I think he pulled up in training that I'd heard as well. I think just before. So because I was like, I text you guys going, where's White? And just really unfortunate because I love Ben White. I do actually really love him as a player. But and Josh, I mean, what's your thoughts where we stand? Oh, it was Vinney. Sorry, I went to Josh. Vinney, sorry, mate.
On this to go again.
Yeah, do you want to go again? And obviously, and with this top 10, it's kind of shaping up as well, like where we see teams are going to be, like this top 5, top 6 are kind of there or thereabouts. But I think that'll be interesting to see how this forms. I think the top 6, I don't think will change. But it'll be interesting to see who's going to get Champions League and who's going to drop down.
Yeah, I mean, before Ball was based on the summer window we had, the transfer window. Before Ball was kicked this season, I predicted that we'd win the league and that we'd win the Carabao Cup. However, one thing I didn't take into consideration was any business our rivals would do in the January window. As per usual, we did nothing, but Man City, our biggest rivals, went and strengthened their defence, and they brought Semenyo in as well. Now, here's the thing: they absolutely needed to, and they spent the bucks and did. Now, what I'll be really gutted about would be if those signings prove to be a turning point for them and an upturn to the rest of their season. Once again, is it going to be our lack of activity in the January window that's going to cost us? I hope not.
I don't think so. I mean, we've done so much. I mean, I've never seen it in my 40 years and on a summer transfer window like that. And I think we've done so much. I think genuinely, if we had a long-term injury, which ironically, like who's out on foot injury? I've gone
Marino.
Obviously, if we know about
Marino,
Marino, it was just after, wasn't it? So it was almost too late. But they might have made a different change, or maybe not have loaned out Wanyeri. And so there's these little things that happen, and then you go, well, look, we've got to deal with it now, And we're almost back at full strength, and a couple of little niggly injuries still coming in. But yeah, I really, really want to see Havertz come back and help us out in that kind of I'd say up top, but because he was going to be your centre forward option. But if Gyökeres starts to click, it's only been a game he's just smashed it. But he's had a really consistent, few games at least across the new year since 2026. He's scored the most and all that kind of stuff. And he's up there with all the signings from the summer. I think he's up there as one of the highest goal scorers. So
when you
look at it, he's turning it around. And this was a bit like Havertz last year. I think he scored, 10 Premier League goals, and Havertz last year was 9, isn't it, top scorers? So actually, he's finally earning his money, and I think all may continue. But I would love to see Havertz in that kind of false 9 still position, alongside Gyökeres supplying him. It's just how they structure it. That's Arteta's problem, but that's what I'd love to see personally. Thoughts?
Silence.
Silence.
Yeah, no, I agree with Havertz. Be good to see him come back, because when he did come back for them few games, he did look good. Just that kind of bit of creativity that I feel like we've probably lacked in that area. And yeah, it'd be nice. I think it is a bit of a struggle though, and a bit of a sort of conundrum, isn't it, as to who plays where and when they play, because really Havertz for me is better in that sort of false 9 / number 10 role. But then you've got Odegaard, who's the club captain, in the 10, and then you've got Eze, who's also very good in the 10, and we've spent 60-70 million on, or whatever it was. And yeah, it's like, where do they all fit? But
well, here's the thing, right? So you ask where they all fit. They've all got a role to play, because they're all very different in their styles of play.
Yeah.
But which one of those three are best at unlocking Gyökeres up front? I mean, as you can see, Saka can't do anything out on the right. He's not really passing him the ball. Trossard, he hasn't done a lot to really. Well, I think he's done more than Saka, but he hasn't done a lot to unlock Gyökeres. He does try, and we've all seen the same old ball that Odegaard plays in. The one where he clips it in with his left foot, a big high ball in to the middle of the box, and often comes to nothing. To me, out of all those names, the only one that's really been able to bring something out of Gyökeres has been Havertz.
Although Odegaard did set up, I think, Gyökeres at the weekend for the last goal, doesn't he? But I know, but I mean, I did love that, by the way, because he bullied Archie Gray, bless him, 19 years old. He's against Gyökeres, he's like, bang, out of the way. And that's great finish. You love to see it. But he was smart. He set up against the people, Gyökeres was picking a go, going, I can beat you. It was, I don't know, he just seemed like he'd switched his head on, or was looking at the other team opponent going, I can take you, I'm going to stay on you. And that's all. I think there were just these little nuances, little changes, which made a difference this weekend. But yeah, unbelievable. But out of interest, just at the top 6, really. I'm not counting Brentford. I don't think Brentford will quite. Well, you never know, because they've been playing well. But out of the top 6 as it stands, where do we see, who's getting the top 4 as it stands? Do you think it will change? Do you think Man United have been getting form? I think Chelsea might drop away.
I think Chelsea will drop away.
Yeah,
it's
I think what you
still
think Man United
0-0 from Everton and Man United at the moment.
Still 0-0.
Yeah.
Check out the stats on that. But who's been having the best of it? I just want to quickly look. But I mean, it looks like Man United are close than anything. More possession, higher XG, more shots. So, but obviously don't know what the game's been going like. But 0-0 for now. Game of 2 halves. We'll see what happens. But if they win this game, obviously they're going to go above Chelsea. We're going to beat Chelsea, so you can see them slipping. Liverpool are kind of hanging in there, I suppose.
Yeah, they are. They didn't play very well, did they, at the weekend? But they
offside goal.
Win. But yeah,
we shall see. But I think
I think it's tough to call, isn't it? Like, I mean,
it's tight.
As I've mentioned before, like my in-laws and missus and everything, they're all Liverpool, and they're sort of moaning all the time about them, about how bad they're playing, but they're still there or thereabouts, aren't they? So it's sort of like, are they going to maybe come good end of the season and finish maybe fourth, or
maybe defending champions? Yeah, want to be fourth.
Well, exactly. Yeah. I think it's going to be top 5, isn't it? That probably get Champions League. It's not confirmed yet, but it probably will be.
Do you think?
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think Chelsea might drop off. I feel like
Man United, Liverpool. Yeah.
I feel like they're a young team. They're a bit stretched.
I think if they'd kept their manager, I think they would have. Sorry.
Especially if we sort of really put one on them at the weekend, then I can see them sort of almost dropping off a bit.
Right, we'll see. I suppose I'm looking forward to the weekend because we've beaten. Am I right? We drew at theirs, didn't we? And then we beat them twice in the Carabao Cup. So then we're at home again. I think we should. The new manager. I don't know thoughts and Will from the In-Betweeners and all that kind of stuff is like the jokes going around, but I haven't seen much from him. I know I've been doing okay. Don't get me wrong, and I think he's quite out of point to prove, and he's jumped up to the next level. But there's just something about him. I don't know. Just want to
bit sort of smarmy, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you remember the whole thing where he was giving it the big one when he was like, get up our half and warm up and stuff? I was like, get back in your box. So I'm from there. I think I just don't like him. I think I've just already decided, he's a massive bellend, but I'm just not a fan. But I think we'll get into predictions in Chelsea, but I will have a look at just the bottom half of the table and just want to see thoughts on. Obviously, we know Wolves are gone. Burnley's gone. It's between West Ham, Nottingham Forest, and Tottenham. I think Leeds is safe. But
out of West Ham, Forest, and Tottenham, with the form that they're all like, Forest are looking a lot better, and so is West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
So I can really see Tottenham going down.
It would just be the icing on the cake.
That'd be the best thing ever. If we won the league and Tottenham went down the same year, there'd be a song about that.
Oh, there's going to be that will last forever. North London forever, not for you guys. But it was. I mean, you've got to see. I do genuinely think they could slip. I think West Ham. I really want to see West Ham climb out of that. If Nottingham Forest go, Tottenham would be unbelievable. Forever bants, I think, on that. So. I mean, watch this space. I don't know what their running is, but they've been horrendous. And it's just if his new manager can turn them around and put some structures in place, he's not had enough sort of chance yet, I don't think. But it'll be unbelievable.
I don't think he's a very good. I don't think he's a very good coach or manager, though.
I know nothing about him, mate. He's 6'4", isn't he? He's a big guy.
He's struggled. he's struggled at every team he's gone to. So
he's always like in between manager. He's not the actual. Proper, manager, mate. Like you're in between.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That'd be absolutely hilarious.
I mean, I can't remember my slideshow order now, but I chucked these guys in at the end. Obviously, man of the match. I don't know if you watched the interview after the game. It was quite funny actually with Ezra and introduced. He was saying about simple goals. It was like they weren't simple. It's just like there's some really good. But he had a really good that sort of time and moment with him and. I mean, Gyökeres is quite serious when he talks because of the language.
He's very serious, but I've got a funny feeling that he's quite sarcastic.
Do you think? Maybe it's just the way.
You know how some like when Ben White gets interviewed.
Yeah. Oh, he's awful.
It's a bit like that, but with like no expression.
Yeah. He just doesn't care. I love Ben White for it though, because he's almost like get him on every time. It's just hilarious. But Gyökeres is like, yeah, sure, a good game. But I mean, I'd like him, mate. He's quite a good personality. But them together actually was quite. There's a lot of camaraderie about the team that has been all season. To be fair, everyone's close. It seems everyone's fighting for each other, which is good to see. But yeah, I think man of the match was good, well deserved, and obviously there just to show that off from the Arsenal website. And I think also it was Rice. Can't believe it, 100 games already for Arsenal.
Yeah, that's mental.
They find that mad. It feels like 100 games is a lot, but actually he's been there 2-3 seasons now, and it adds up.
Goodness, that this is his third, isn't it?
Yeah, and it adds up quick, doesn't it? Because it's not just Premier League. It's obviously all the other cups and stuff in between. So,
yeah.
But yeah, shame it wasn't maybe his best game. But I think I was saying to a friend earlier, I think for his consistency, I think he's allowed a bit of a blip, a bit of a mistake on a game, and he takes responsibility, and he's trying to push everyone else every game. He's still the captain-esque type player, as we know. But yeah, so I forgive you, Rice. But yeah, no, really, really pleased for him hitting that milestone as well. And I love the shithousery. So I don't know if you can see this, but I think it's like the 4 of hearts he's holding up on the bus on the way home. Player of the match, obviously, must be Jokeris taking a picture. But I just thought that was class. So this was an Instagram. I was like, he loves to do this kind of stuff, wasn't it? When it was like putting the points in their pocket and all that. Taking
that's right.
Yeah, just all this stuff. So I love all this stuff. I think
Can of Rio because he's from Brazil.
And this is the AI I found, which I just thought I'd include. Evil Tudor. I think he knows what's happening. Can you imagine? How could I stay on next year? A championship would be amazing. You will have the best stadium in the league. I think that's what we're expecting. But we're back. So obviously, what's your guys' thoughts? Obviously, we've got Chelsea at the weekend then. I know we're just taking an absolute mick out the manager, but predictions, obviously, every game for us, I want to treat like everyone else has as these cup final games every game. I'm at home against Chelsea. I'm fairly confident, actually. I just want to go and do it. They're a good young squad, but I think we've got much more to go at them. I think I might be slightly more concerned about Brighton away, just because they beat Brighton 2-0 at the weekend, and I was like, shit, that's not what I expected at all, considering how they played against us. But everyone plays different against us because they're probably a bit more open because they're going for it after being a bit more defensive and a bit more, behind the ball. But what's your thoughts to start with, Vinney?
Only because they've changed manager, and I don't rate Liam very highly. I think we'll win that 2-0. To be honest with you, I think if they still had Maresca, I'd be a lot more worried than I am now. But I think the Liam effect has started to kick in. I think Chelsea really will, as you guys predicted, they'll start falling off, and I think we'll see that this weekend.
Yeah, maybe Europa Conference for them next year. Maybe we can see. We'll see.
Let's hope so.
That'd be funny. Alex, what do you think? What was your thoughts on the kind of game? Like, we're kind of doing predictions, but if Vinney, before what's your scorer? Pick a scorer, mate.
Scorer. Let's go for Victor. Why not?
Why not? Getting FS. Alex is like, for God's sake. I'm going last, mate. Don't worry. Lewis Skelly. I'm joking. Alex, what's your thoughts, mate, on predictions? What you think about the game? How it might go? Home crowd.
I think, I don't know. I feel like we're a bit leaky at the back at the moment. So I think it might be 3-2 that we'll win. Yeah. But I think they could go up. They could go 2-0 up, and we beat them 3-2. That'd be a cracking game to watch. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be easy.
Like we said, no easy game.
I think no, and the thing is, like, at home is when it's not going our way, you can really feel it in the ground. And and I think obviously the players feel that, and I don't know. Yeah, sometimes you just want someone to start singing.
Exactly. I think the crowd needs to be hot for every game, and I think
every game now. You're
going to any game these last 10 games, whatever it's at home. I think we need to be really, really vocal, and just like Rice said, was the interview after the Wolves game. We've had a meeting. All that. We just need everyone to get behind us. We're not against us, and it was, refreshing at the weekend. Obviously, it's so different, isn't it, when you win a game to when you little. It wasn't even a lot. We drew a game, but against bottom of the league, and it was. It's so different, isn't it? When you sort of wake up the next morning, you go like, "Oh, it does affect you." It does. You don't mean it to, but it can affect your general life, mood, all that kind of stuff. But every game, boys. Josh. Oh, Alex, what you say?
Martinelli. He loves to go against Chelsea.
Yes. Joshua, what are we thinking?
Well, I'm going to be really positive and say 3-0.
Like it.
I feel like we have been a bit leaky at the back, but that's all going to change. And Saka to score.
Wow.
Oh, God. All right. I'm going to do what Vinney did on the thumbnail. We're going to have 4. Yeah. I'll be 4-1. I think we're going for another 4-1.
Yeah.
Who's for me is going to score? Who do I really want to score? Do you know what? I might stick in like a Declan Rice goal. He's got a bit of making up for the previous game. He's not let me down this season apart from that one little blip. So I'm going to stick in Rice. That's what I think I'll go for. But just for the thumbnail, for the thumbnail, just stick up your fingers what we're going to be. So 4-1.
Oh, am I in?
No, go the other way.
Oh my God, there we go.
That's the one. Well done, Billy. Well done, Billy. I'll cut it. But no. So, and then the celebration. The only other thing I'd love to grab, guys, is obviously you've got the Gyökeres. We've got this is but one for Eza, isn't it? You've got the laugh one, and then there was another one he done well. It was like
sit like that.
I don't know how it is, but we all got to do one each.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we got to do one each. So I can't. Vinny, you do the fingers. I don't know.
What do you mean?
You got to do. We've got one of us doing a Gyökeres, one of us doing a laugh, and then the fingers. So you got one each. So Josh, yeah, you got the laugh. We're going to hold it for 2 seconds, and that's your thumbnail for next week. Whee! Saving me some work. But boys, any other questions you want to bring up? Because I did have one little thing actually I wanted to bring up. But any questions for the class? I'll try and find my thing quickly.
The class.
Come on, Vinny.
Go on, Vinny. You'll have a question. You've missed these.
Here's the thing, right? There's still a lot of football to play. I mean, it's not so much of a question. It's just I can't accept hearing second again, ole ole. I can't accept it. I won't accept it. I won't have it.
Yeah.
But if we come second again, and if we lose the Carabao Cup and we end up trophyless, guys, tell me in your opinion, what does that mean for Mikel Arteta?
Oh, it's not a question I answer.
I feel like if we're trophyless, completely trophyless this season, then he's probably. I reckon he'll probably walk. To be fair.
Yeah.
Wow. You think?
Yeah, I think he'll walk because I think he'll feel like that. There's just. It's a bit like, and I know there was some comparisons that I've heard of anyway through like the media and that of Southgate, in that it can be a bit negative, like in our style of play and stuff like that, and never quite get over the line, which is basically what Southgate did for England. But yeah, I think he'll probably walk if we were trophyless. But it's them fine margins, isn't it? Because if we do end up, even if we just won one thing, especially if we won the Premier League, he then goes down in the history books, doesn't he? And he sort of becomes a complete club legend. You know, he's played for the club, he's managed the club, he's brought success to the club. So it's them sort of fine margins, really, but. I also feel like if we were to potentially not win the league, that you still got like the Champions League, haven't you? I mean, imagine if we won that instead. Is it?
Yeah, could be worse.
Does that then make it? Oh, well, you're bottlers, or does that make it? Oh, actually, you're the best team in Europe. So
yeah, and you better. Yeah. Oh God, it's hard to even fathom, isn't it? Like. I'm a huge Arteta fan, and what he's done to the club, what he's brought us to, and I can't imagine him wanting to go on unfinished business. I think it will be partly down to how the fan reacts, and we know we're volatile as fans, and if we genuinely won nothing, it's going to kick off and hit the biggest fan, and I don't know. I think it'll be a case of let's concentrate on the World Cup then, and let's just forget about it for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it because at the moment we joke and we laugh, but we're on for the quadruple still. We're in every cup, we're in every competition. Like Alex said earlier, we're at the top of everything. We're winning everything, so far. So to be in that position, I can't ever remember ever being in that position as an Arsenal fan. We're a team that have won stuff over the years, but to be here fighting for everything with the squad we've got, I think we just got to be really bloody happy where we are, and I am. And it's just the little games, the little blips. It's the roller coaster of the ride. Oh my God! I mean, yeah, every game's going to change it. If we have a bad game on the weekend, it's not going to be great. But I want to come in here and have these positive talks. And the question I've got for you guys, I've got one little, like a little quiz at the end of it, a little mini quiz. You might have seen the stat come up, but obviously with Eza, he scored 6 Premier League goals this season, 5 of them against Tottenham. It's made him the 3rd highest scorer in North London derby games. At the top 5, can you name the other 4? And that was my question to you guys. So I don't know if you saw this.
Just Arsenal players.
Just Arsenal players in North London derby. Yeah. So you've got, obviously, Eza is number 3. And that's mad because it's at 2 games. He's the 3rd highest player to score.
Thierry Henry's got to be up there, isn't he?
So Josh, okay. I'll take Thierry Henry, which is at number 4. So Eze is already higher than him. After 10 games, well, Thierry Henry scored 5 goals after 10 games, North London derby. Vinney, do you want to take a shot?
Van Persie?
Van Persie is number 5, so just under Thierry Henry. Well, because he had 14 games, he scored 5 goals, but he obviously took more games to get there.
Yeah.
And we got the top 2. Top 2 might surprise you, but think back to the glory days of Arsenal. I'd say
Ian White.
Not that. I'd say go a little bit further forward in the 2000s.
Perez.
Robert Perez, number 1, Josh.
Oh,
11 games, 7 goals. And there is one more player who did leave us for City.
Anelka.
No.
No.
I think he went to City. Go on, one more.
Nasri weren't prolific, was he?
No. So Adebayor, did he go City?
Oh, yeah, he did, yeah.
He did go City. He went to Spurs as well, the twat.
Really? What? I don't know that at all. Don't know that fact. But yeah, so there's the list for you. So you can see it. But I just thought it was quite cool. Imagine you played 2 games and you were 3rd highest scorer in that situation. We've got him for another 3 seasons. Obviously,
he'll be top of that, definitely.
Top of that. Exactly. And you can see it.
Yeah, but Tottenham are going down, so he won't be able to play against them anyway.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah, we'll probably get him in the FA Cup or something.
Oh, dear. So we just got a couple of comments from Cherise jumping on. Just nice to see the Elite 4 back together. We appreciate that. And they're loving the conversation, lads. So thank you for that very much. But guys, obviously, we're sort of wrapping up, really. We've hit the hour mark. We've done pretty well. It's 1 hour and 10. I appreciate it. And obviously want to get us back more together. So we've got really the Chelsea game to kind of follow up for, which is quite nice because we've been doing like a couple of games every time we meet and it feels like it was ages ago, even if we're talking about midweek. So obviously next week, if everyone's about, we've got Chelsea to talk about. Hopefully have a victory, 3 more points, and then we'll see what everyone else does, I suppose. Sound good?
So Dan, sorry, apart from next week, what content have you got coming up?
Oh, for me, mate, not much. I've missed you guys too much. I've been crying about it. No, for me, I need to be getting up there and doing some more regular content. But typically, it's been sort of pre-match stuff. So for me, and one thing actually we could quickly do, Vinney, because I know you've been asking me every time, can we do a match rating, player rating, that kind of stuff? It's something you were quite keen to do. So it'll be good to just go through the team quickly from start to finish and go, out of 10, what rating you would have given them for the North London derby. But going forward, what I'll aim to do is try and get something launched. I'll get something recorded and probably put it out Friday, Saturday for the Chelsea game. And it will be talking about expectations, what we, lineups predicted and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's something I'll do. Cherie, she's away for the next couple of nights as well. So I've got all the time in the world to make some content, boys. So all part of fun. But if we go, yeah, cheers, mate. I appreciate it. I do need to get back more. So I think it's hard. I was really enjoying the forecast. And me and Josh were doing one, and then it all kind of fell apart for a bit. Everyone's got stuff going on. So, but no excuse. I need to be more continuous and for me doing it every day if I could. But I'd like to do a regular daily news show, even if it's 10, 15 minutes, and just go, this is what I've heard today, what the papers are saying. That kind of stuff would be something I'd like to do. But yeah, work-life balance. This is very much a hobby which I love. And anyone who's watched and is pre-watching and watching back, subscribe, guys. Like, comment. We appreciate everything. So, but quickly, we're going to go through and just rate Raya. Let's start with Raya. We'll go round. Should we start with Josh, Vinney, Alex, and we'll go around like that?
I'll give Raya a 8.9.
Oh,
decimals.
Yeah, I was
just thinking that.
I think for that clearance off the line, I'll give him a solid 9.
Yeah. Alex?
Yeah, I'll give him a 9 as well.
I think if we average it up on agreement, we'll go for a 9. Josh has messed it up. I'm joking. So then we're going to start over on the left. We'll go in Capio. Joshua?
8.1.
It always has to be one, doesn't it? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Vinney?
8 out of 10. Good game.
Yeah, Alex.
I already had an 8 in my head.
Yeah, I think I was exactly the same. I think again with that. So then we go into Gabriel. Obviously, depends how we feel about that.
Yeah, I think he had a solid game. Solid game again.
Just that one little moment.
7.2 from me.
Oh dear, it's never going to change, Josh.
No.
Vinney, what do you think?
8. Another 8. Solid performance.
Yeah, Alex.
No, I'll go 7.
Yeah, I think I was thinking 7. So maybe we'll meet in the middle at 7.5. Josh, how about
7.5. Bring the decimal.
Sounds good.
Saliba, obviously, apart from maybe being not as strong on the goal we conceded, maybe he could have put in a tackle, which he loves to do, but maybe didn't want to do too strong in the box. But I mean, with that, I'm going to stick it out there at 7.
7.
Really
I'll
cool.
go with that.
Yeah,
7.
7. Josh?
7.5.
Yeah, fair. So then we got Timber, Mosquera on that side. But Timber, I mean, bless him. He's absolutely shattered, isn't he? But I did like what he did. I think he was an 8 on the day until he went off.
Yeah.
Personally. That's mine.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think he actually played well. He overlapped. He partnered up well with Saka. I'll give him an 8. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
8.
8. Josh?
I'm going to go quite low with him, actually. I didn't think he played very well. 6.5.
Wow. Oh, gosh. Okay. And then, obviously, I know you love Mosquera.
But Mosquera, who came on, I'd give 8.5.
Nice. Made up for it. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, yeah, do you know what I'd agree? I know he was on long, but he had a good performance. I'd give him 8.5 as well, Josh. I'll join you. Alex,
I'd actually give Mosquera an 8 because he came on. I think he did absolutely brilliantly when he came on. However, one thing you can see about Mosquera is that when it comes to the final pass, when he's near the opposition box, you can see he's not used to being there. Go back and watch his actions again. You can see he's not used to being in that position. So loads of room for growth. But yeah, I'll give him an 8 for coming on and playing in an unfamiliar position.
He's still got that room to grow and run, and yeah, he'll get there, man. But defensively, awesome. So we go middle. So I mean, Zubimendi. What did people think about Zubimendi? Because I struggled with him a little bit, but he was moving the ball. But I'd maybe more a 7.
7.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rice next. We've got a sort of again little little blip for him.
Yeah, he made the mistake, but I'd still give him a sort of 7.5.
Yeah, I think we're using the halves, Josh. I think I'd agree with you actually.
Yeah, I think only because of that mistake. Otherwise, it'd have been more of an 8, at least an 8, because of all the intangibles he gives to the team. Do you know what I mean? But just because of that mistake,
it was still
exactly.
Up there, wasn't it? Made quite a few sort of driving runs, which freed up the ball a bit. It was just that final ball that wasn't quite there, but yeah.
Yeah, I do love his defensive work, the way he gets back generally, apart from the obvious. But I love the way he's all over the pitch. So he's still up there as a favourite. Eza, I mean, he's got to be up there as a 9.5. Alex?
I'd say 9. 9.
9, yeah.
Because then you've got to be careful where you go Gyökeres if he's higher than Eza. But we'll go Saka first.
8.
7.9.
8.9.
So we're going for around the 8. We'll stick with the 8 overall. And it was Trossard and Martinelli, but Trossard
7.
Yeah, 7.
7, yeah.
Quiet, wasn't it? Yeah, I'd agree with that. And
7.2.
Martinelli didn't have loads of time, did he?
No.
he's a wind up. And then Gyökeres, are we just going for a straight 9?
10.
Yeah.
Completed it.
10 out of 10.
Oh, fair play. It was a great game for him. So I'm pleased over the
beast
moon.
mode.
Yeah, mate, he was. Archie Gray, get out of the way. But that's it, guys. I think we've done the player ratings. We appreciate it. We've talked about the game. One of my favourite games to watch. It was the most stressful first half I've ever watched. And I literally, I don't know about you guys, I didn't actually sit down most of the game. I started lifting things because I was like, I needed to lift. I was like, maybe I could pick up. Honestly, it was stressful first half. I've never celebrated so hard for a goal for them to score so many seconds later. And I was like, but yeah, second half, unbelievable. I think if we didn't get an early goal, then I think it would have been stress. But thank you, Gyökeres, for making it better for us all. But if that's everything from me, anyone else want to say anything before we go?
It's good to have you back, Vinney.
Yeah, it is good. It's good to have
Thanks,
you back.
Vinny, for coming back. We missed you, mate. We missed you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. And we hopefully see you next week. We'll talk about the Chelsea game and we'll go from there. I'll see us off and I'll see you in the next one, guys.